Let me first say that I have always considered myself a psychedelic drug user. Which means that other drugs such as cocaine, speed, downers, opiates, I consider to be in a separate category altogether. I will only use them in rare instances, and I do not feel that they hold quite the same capacity for exploring states of altered consciousness. And out of all these, I believed that downers held the least potential for inducing mind-expanding states. Until, that is, Ambien came into my life. As some of you may know, Ambien is a mild, sleeping pill prescribed by doctors to treat insomnia. Well, I obtained from my aunt a nearly full bottle of these tic-tac-sized, 10 mg white tablets, after complaining I couldn't sleep at night. Which was true. I think I took one a few nights, right before I went to bed, and slept quite well. But, one night, I decided to take the pill 30 minutes before going to bed, instead of right before, thinking I could cut out the time spent in bed waiting. Well, first things first. This stuff hits really quickly. I began feeling effects in about 10 to 15 minutes, although at first I wasn't sure if it was my imagination. In some ways, it was like the beginnings effects of DXM. Distorted depth perception, difficulty in walking, but none of what I'd call hallucinations. But the most marked change seemed to come in my thought processes. There was some chaotic memories and connections being made in my mind that seemed to lend themselves towards creativity. Strange body effects too. For brief instances, I thought I felt someone in the room with me. This is also a common, subtle effect. You might start talking to yourself. What I'm trying to say, overall, is that Ambien is not your average downer. It has many sophisticated qualities that literally displace you, and the usual thoughts that arise in response to it. But it has become my habit to, every night take one Ambien and surf the web, read, and especially write. I write quite frequently, and when I'm on Ambien, it literally feels more enjoyable and I feel as though I have a teacher at my side guiding me along the way. Sometimes I am disappointed with my work, only to find I love it the next morning. At other times I may come up with a sudden idea that will change my life, and the world, and put it into writing. And the next morning, I look at it and think, let's do it. So by far the most beneficial aspects have been with its effect on my art. It makes writing a completely new experience. I would suggest it to anyone interested in pursuing art and desiring a new perspective or a new teacher. Don't worry, she's gentle, and like all the effects of Ambien, subtle, yet very noticeable. Be careful.